told you from the door that these projectors that they come out with, these fake, they're not saying they're fake projectors because they don't basically tell the truth about their specifications, and they don't. I feel sorry for the customers who buy these things because, again, they get duped into thinking that they're going to get native 4K projector, that they're getting these whopping amount of lumens attached to the projector. And Epson went out and filed a lawsuit against VAVA for basically falsifying information about their specifications. And this is why we had a YouTuber came out and one after, I guess, Lost Sand God, which is my YouTube channel name anyway. And he felt the need to educate me on that I didn't know what I was talking about when it came to these particular projectors, and this projector was a fantastic projector. This is why I tell people at the end of the day, do your homework, because again, you will come out and embarrassing yourself and looking like a complete idiot on YouTube. He based his YouTube channel off this projector. Anyone who actually based their YouTube channel off this projector, this is going to be a pretty embarrassing video for you. So anyway, yeah, Epson filed a lawsuit against them. When I read through it already. At one point, they were claiming these projectors to be 6,000 lumens. I remember at one point they were claiming projectors to be at 5,000 lumens. The WeMax projector was claiming to be at 5,000 lumens, which that was not going to happen in the day because in the demonstrations, the screens were just coming up too dull. You also need to call Bull, and they probably already did, on the 4K, because this projector is not even native 4K. So the YouTuber, I forgot what his name is. I don't know what his name is, but anyway. But he claimed that this projector is supposed to be an amazing projector. Well, let's look at this right here. So basically, here, let's blow this up so you can see this. Right here. Let me see what the complaint was filed about VAVA projectors. What VAVA was accused of what they were doing. Come on, a little better here. Okay. Now, even before probably they filed their lawsuit, we had a conversation with VAVA, and VAVA basically, our argument with them was the fact that we would go to their website, and in their website, they claimed that their projector was, well, actually in the video promos that we were watching on Facebook, they were claiming the projector to be native 4K or be 4K capable. We're saying native 4K, but saying it had 4K capabilities. It was doing 4K, and I'm saying no, it's not doing 4K, because when I go directly to the website and I look at specifications, we can't find anything that says a pixel count at all whatsoever. We're just getting some simple sign that says resolution and 4K. So this is what Epson hit him with the lawsuit for, because again, I'm happy that companies that make real projectors at the end of the day are calling, nonsense on these particular projectors that are faking it. Epson announced today that they have filed a lawsuit against the Silicon Valley based Internet Corporation company that markets the VAVA projector, 4K ultra short throw laser projector, charging false promotion of the product brightness specification. At one point, when these projectors first started coming out, they were having these whopping, insane lumen accounts attached to them. They were having 6,000, 5,000. It was insane. You get this 5,000 lumen projector. I'm like, no. Any projectors, you know how much money a projector would cost? It was 5,000 lumens or 6,000 lumens ultra short throw. Dell has a 5,000 lumen projector. There's $6,000 for those machines. They're not cheap. So here, you'll see right here where it says that, let's see, specify, Epson says that the online retail outlet advertises that the VAVA projector is supposed to be a 6,000 lumen projector. They did the performance test on it. Guess what it came up? Yeah, there's the performance. That's what it came up with. That projector actually was 1869, which actually sounds like a date for something. But yeah, that's what it was. This is why when you see projectors, that one projector that comes up and says, hey, it's 2,400 lumens, but the minute you hit it on a screen that's ambient light projection, it jumps up to a whopping 36. That's crap. That's bull crap. That is not happening. Same thing I can't express enough. Pixel shifting is a scam. It's the biggest scam I've ever seen in projection in the industry. Where are you getting the pixels from to add up to actual 4K? That's a scam. saying your projectors have 6,000 lumen capabilities and they don't have this at all, period, you're just padding your specifications. And for the YouTuber who based his channel on believing that at the end of the day that his projector does all these, it doesn't do any of that at all, period. Keep in mind, 3,000 to 1 contrast is extremely poor on a projector that has a 6,000 to 1 contrast, 6,000 to 1 amount of lumens. Are you kidding me? How is that even possible? That's why I said fake projectors. This is why when we get, and on top of that, what makes it even worse, and I told you it was coming, and it's definitely going to get worse than this. What's going to happen is they're going to pump out more and more of these machines. You're going to see pumping out. This is an American-based company, by the way. It's not overseas. It's a base American company. You're going to see more of these projectors coming out in the market. They know darn well it's not going to do well on a white screen. They know darn well it's not going to do well on these light gray screens here. They're going to come out with their own projection screen, and they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. If you want to get a better picture quality, you buy R screens and R screens only. The only problem, their R screens, they're going to cost you so much money, it's not funny. Call that long time ago. We called it right here. Had a conversation in their website. This is when they first came out. When I saw the projector pop up and it was claiming to be 4,000, it was claiming to be 4K. And I said, no, that's not 4K. Had an argument with the guy from VAVA Projector. Other people jumped in on the argument too. The guy finally came in and said the VAVA Projector is a 1080p pixel shifting 4K projector. You can't be both 4K and 1080p. It's one or the other. So those of you with these projectors, not saying those of you who don't know, you know what I mean? I talked to customers who had these projectors, and I said, sorry, your projector's not this and not that. And they were able to accept it. But we get those other individuals like the YouTuber who claims up and down he knows so much about his projector. And again, I'm here to tell you, you don't know jack about jack at all, period. Even Epson can see from the door that the projector was faking it. And this is why you have to do your homework when it comes to these machines. Now, for those of you who don't know what to look for, this is why we have these videos. When we come in here and we explain all this stuff to you, this is what we're showing you to watch out for. I called that nonsense 2 or 3 years ago. We called that nonsense before Epson ever filed a lawsuit. We knew that projector was fake when we looked at it. There's no way in the world a projector of 6,000 or 5,000 lumens that's sitting less than a foot away from a screen is not going to generate any backsplash off the wall. Are you kidding me? It's coming up that dim. Even these projectors, when the guy showed off his demonstration, he had 3, it was a laser projector, it was coming up that dim. It was coming up so dim. Keep in mind, the image was coming up so dim and so dull on his projector that he literally had to close out curtains and windows that would bring any kind of outside light to make contact with the screen. He had the environment peppered with lights to make it look like it was well lit in the environment. That's how you light up an environment when it's nighttime outside, not when it's daytime. So basically, let me see right here. And I'll put the link so you can see the link so you can read through this yourself if you want to read through this. Having either a 6,000 or 2,500 lumens, you can't have that. You can't do that. That's 2,500 lumens, but you're going to operate as a 6,000. That doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. If my light in my ceiling is 75 watts, can't upgrade that to 100 watts off the same lamp. You buy a lamp, it doesn't say, oh, this or that or the other. Unless you have those lights that they used to have these lights back in the day that you can click on them, they would go brighter. They used to have those are back in the day. But now the day, if your lights are 75, they're 75. You can't jump it from there. This is unheard of in a projector. This is misleading to the consumers. You can get in a lot of trouble for this. Oh, look at the ones they named that had issues. I told you. Look at this. Look at the other one. These are the ones that basically had false claims that they were pulling off this. Their lumen count was fake. So we have, yeah, this is another projector. I told you these were garbage at the end of the day. These projectors are trash. We've got a couple of them over here. They're horrible. Bowl maker. We ran into that one. Yeah. I'm hoping that, and some of these are name brand. It's a Philips on there too, and an RCA. I'm hoping that companies don't start doing this nonsense. But I'm glad we got companies out there that are calling these other projectors out, and they should. You know what else is worse? Projectors that are using LED. Usually cheaper projectors, we use LED projectors. Those are the cheaper ones that use LED. Yeah, I'll put this whole link up here for you guys to read through if you want to take the time to educate yourself on this stuff. I just start digging into that 4K nonsense. $2,800 for a projector. That's basically 1080p. Yeah, Epson's. Yeah, they raised it 36 to 4,000. Never mind. I'm just reading this real quick. I'll put the link up here for you guys to read through. See right here? Now they have since removed. They removed it. They had to remove it. Has since removed the 6,000 lumen reference, but still at 2,500 lumens. They're not at 2,500 lumens. Remember, they have them at lower than 25. Some of them are coming up at 18 now, but they were claiming to be at 5,000 to 6,000 lumens, and somebody called nonsense on that and went in and filed a lawsuit, which they should have did. And this was April of 2020. Now, the whole claim about getting a 150-inch screen, another lie in the day. Again, if you are required to have pixel shifting technology and you need to be able to have pixels to compress, where are you getting extra pixels for a 150-inch screen? Where are they coming from? That's not going to happen. So that's not going to happen either. This may be the reason why they don't want anybody touching their sample sheets. They want to give out sample sheets at the end of the day, because anybody debunked that theory too. And this guy right here is very uneducated, Ronnie. Nobody uses white screens anymore. Oh, yes, they do. They do use white screens. We bump into a ton of white screens. All over YouTube, we bump into white screens all day long. Epson still makes white screens. All the companies still make white screens. I see them in churches. I see them in outside events. We always see white screens. So, no, people still do buy white screens. I don't know what planet that person's sitting on. But, yeah. This is pretty bad. So that's why I said, if you have one of these projectors, like I said, I feel sorry that you ended up buying a machine that was a fake at the end of the day. But at least you don't have to be subjected to being stuck in a dark environment. You don't have to worry about spending a lot of money for their projection screens at the end of the day, because this is why we have the technology behind us right now. Let's go pull up, I want to go pull up their projection screens. VAVA ultra short throw projection screens. Now that's the projector right there. Customers spent $2,800 for this machine, and there are a lot of the all the demonstrations we looked up on this machine are sitting in dark environments. You want the screen right here that they want to charge you for. Like I said, 100 inches, they want $649. You want to do 120 inch, cool $1,000. I would be already ticked off at the fact that I bought a projector at the end of the day that was not doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it has an extremely very low contrast level. It has the contrast level equivalent to a $37 projector. That a projector of 720p ultra short though has a higher contrast and has better lumen counts than that projector, and that the company was sued because it was making claims of 5,000 to 6,000. Actually, it comes in much lower than the 25. It's much lower than 25. That's why they have it at 1,800 lumens now. They were fined for that. You can't do that at the end of the day. So at least the customers don't have to deal with this nonsense if you do happen to get one of these projectors. If this does come across your mind to buy one of these, do not buy it at all, period. Don't buy it. If you have that option, don't buy it. If you bought it already and you already have it, well, at least the option we have will fix the problem. Because the customer I talked to, he has a different form of projector. It's not a bow maker, it's something a little different. But he doesn't want to turn around and spend $1,000 for a screen. And this is the new what's going to start popping up. You're going to see more of these projectors popping up, and you're going to see more of these screens coming up that they're only compatible to, and it's going to get worse. That one company that has that screen coming in at $5,000. I'm gonna spend $5,500 for the projector and another $5,000 for the screen. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's messed up. But I'm happy Epson went out and did that. Good job, Epson. Fantastic job calling out the nonsense. I do appreciate that at the end of the day. That's why we love Epson projectors. They do their job. Like I said, all these other companies, you got to start calling bull on these guys at the end of the day. You got to put them on blast. Look at that. Misleading customers. That's a lot of money for somebody to take at the end of the day, save up or buy that, bring that home and found out he got cheated on his projector. How about the people who bought the projector thinking it was 6,000 lumens? What about those victims at the end of the day who bought this projector based on it was claiming it was 6,000 to find out it wasn't? It was way below that. And this is the reason why we put these specifications on our site by saying we don't support these projectors at that particular time, because we had customers coming in saying, hey, look, but my projector is 6,000 lumens. It should have pulled up on your screen. No, your projector wasn't 6,000 lumens. It was way below 6,000 lumens. It wasn't even close. But that's what they believed in, because that's what they advertised. This is why testing. I can't express it enough. They need to start posting their test demonstrations. Even projection screen companies need to start testing. Well, actually, Epson does post a lot of their test demonstrations. But these companies right here need to start posting these test demonstrations. They really do. And you're showing pictures of the screen in a fully lit environment with a family, and it's a well-lit environment. How about we see that same demonstration in the picture in the advertisement being shown on YouTube, so we can see what that, if it really does that. And you got a projector here that was discontinued and released in 2009, discontinued in 2013, that has the same contrast as a $2,700 projector. Gee whiz, that's just pretty poor. Okay, I'm gonna go on YouTube. Let's go have a look around. Let's just see people who have this projector again. Because again, I like to be fair. No, we've done this before. Let's be fair. Let's go see people that are using this projector that are in fully lit environments. Oops, turn wrong link there. We need that right there instead. Let's go over here and pop over and grab this real quick. Pop over to YouTube. And I keep claiming it's 4K. This is not 4K. That's misleading to the customer. It's not a 4K projector. We'll mute the sound. Here we go. Now, keep in mind, the object of the ultra short throw projector is so that the person can treat it just like a TV. They call these laser TVs, that's what they call them. So the object is so you can use this projector in a fully lit environment. This is the reason why they're ultra short throw. They're ultra short throw so that way you have very little distance throw. The farther your projector sits back, the faster, and how much light you have in the environment basically will deteriorate your image by the time it makes contact with the screen. This eliminates this altogether. So it being this close to the screen, which means you have very little wear and tear on your lumens, which means you're right up on top of the screen, which means you shouldn't have a problem, and you should definitely not be sitting in the dark with this. have no idea why they zoom that close to the screen. I never understand why they do that. Back it up. Now you can see it. There you go. This guy is sitting in complete darkness. He doesn't have a choice because number one, he's on a white wall that's going to wash out automatically from the door if he puts the lights on. His colors are going to pop better. He has to be in the dark. Again, this is a projector designed to be like a TV. This is why I can't express this enough for people who do demonstrations on ultra short throws. Let me express it to you one more time. Your projector, ultra short throw, this is people who do this at the end of the day, not to my customers. Your projector, ultra short throw, is a TV set-top box. It's designed to be used like a TV. If you have a TV, do you turn your lights out to watch it? No, unless you're watching a movie. That's pretty much it. But other than that, the thing stays on all day long. You go to a diner, they got TVs up there. Let's turn all the lights out so you can watch the TV. They don't do that. It's unheard of. It's the dumbest thing you probably ever heard in your entire life. But this is supposed to replace the TV. You can't replace the TV if you have to be in the dark 24/7. So those of you doing demonstrations on these ultra short throw projectors and you're turning your lights up in this environment, you have failed from the door. Can't claim it to be a TV if it doesn't act like a TV. It doesn't bark like a dog, it's not a dog. Now the lights are on again. You know, the lights are on again because he has to show you the projector. You can't see if he's sitting in the dark. Let's move past this. Let's see what else we got here. Gee whiz Louise. That's that right there. I'm gonna tell you by looking at this right here. That's not even 18. That's nowhere near 18. I got projectors at 1,000 lumens that'll pull up brighter than that. Again, if you take the projector I have here at 3,600 lumens, it would overshadow this with no problem. This screen wouldn't even exist right there. If I stick an NEC $60 projector next to that, it wouldn't even exist. My projector is an official 3,600 lumens. That's not even 18. That's too low for 18. Now, if the blues are coming in like this, oh man, with the lights on, this is going to be awful because he does one demonstration with the lights on. I got to find somebody who did this demonstration in the exact same environment they showed off the projector. Are you freaking kidding me? That's so poor, it's not even funny. You got to be kidding me. Remember one, there's no light pushing through that window at all. Period, at all. There's no light at all. You can see that's completely dark. Gee whiz. My goodness, are you freaking kidding me sometimes? I wonder, man. I really do wonder. What the heck? Why would... No, you know what? Not even going to lose my temper on this. I'm not going to trigger, none of that. I'm going to be right through this. That's what I always do. Why? Why are you showing this? Why are you showing this in the demonstration? There is no light pushing through here. You see right here, this dark corner right here, that tells me right there, there's no light pushing. You just take the curtains and push them all the way back here so you can see what the freak is going on outside. Why did he do this? This is the most lame thing ever. Look how dark the ceiling is right up in here. Look how dark it is in this corner right here. There is no light coming through here at all, period. How about you turn the lights on that you had the same amount of brightness where we could see the projector crystal clear and then do the demonstration, because apparently there's more light in the environment that's coming through the window. This is how we know the lumen count is really, really poor. Extremely poor. I can take my projector that I paid for here on the floor, I can take that, I can stick that on a white wall, and I can open up all the windows. Now, the image, yeah, it's going to be washed out, it's going to be poor looking, but yeah, its brightness is going to be there because it's an actual 3,600 lumen projector. See right here? So you see no light pushing off right here. Usually most projectors, you see light pushing off right here. There's nothing coming off. Their lumen count is low, extremely low. What else do we have? Do we have anything else with the projector on? Oh, back in the dark again. Oh, man. Gee whiz. So much better the blues got here compared to the blues back there when we had that little bit of light in the environment. We're in the dark. We're just completely in the dark the entire time. Look at this, in the dark. We have lights on. Forget it. There's no freaking lights on. That entire demonstration was done in the dark. And at that, it's not even, I would call bull on the laser, because there's no way in the world it's coming up that dim with the laser. Now, you see the blue now for the background? See how washed out the blue is? There's a little bit more light in there now. This one's completely different. Okay, this is another review. This background is supposed to be blue. This is all faded. This is all washed out. Look at the reds here. Colors are washed out completely. What lighting does he have in the environment? He has this overheads on. So windows shut, open up the windows, please open the windows. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Finally, finally, somebody literally did this right. Thank you, kind sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I was asking. That's all I was asking. A decent demonstration. You notice when he opened his blinds, you can see objects on the other side. Do you see that? That's what I'm talking about. Even if he supports the projector, I'm subscribing to his channel, even though I feel like they shouldn't support the projector at all. But at least he did this demonstration correctly, because again, if you have a projector that's claiming to be a tabletop projector, you should be able to open up your windows. Windows should be able to push in. You should have lights in over top. It should work perfectly with no problems whatsoever. Now, hopefully he's not saying this is a good image, which I'm hoping he's not saying that, but still, at least he did it right. See, you can see objects on the other side of the window. That's what I'm talking about. I like those blinds, by the way. And that's extremely washed out. That's pretty poor. Yeah, a lot of ashes going on in there. Can we get some contrast levels in there, please? Some contrast levels in there. He has the overheads on. I saw that. Yeah, so you see that ashy look right here? This is right. This means it's not picking up. I guess the other guy was calling it ghost. No, this is called ashy. It's an ashy look to the surface. This is what it's called. This is when contrast levels can't register. That's what it's called. If you know anything about black technology, you would know that. But the other guy doesn't know anything about black technology because you don't develop it. You don't have enough time or experience in the field to even know this. I've seen this dozens and dozens of times with gray screens. Can't pick up any of the contrast levels at all. Of course, it had the 3,000 to 1 contrast. What are you going to expect? You can only do so much. That's old. Does he do anything with the environment went dark? Yeah, it definitely went dark. Yeah, because the color and everything improved. That means the environment went dark. Hold on for a minute. Gonna make me go through this freaking commercial, literally. Guess they're gonna make me go through this freaking commercial. I hate these things. They're gonna make you go through another one. I'd rather just have the long commercial than just go through the whole 2 back to back. Now, if you notice how dark the environment got, now look how the picture quality improved. Look at it here, how ashy it is, and look how much it improved when you darken the environment. That That means you have to be in the dark. You have no choice. Any lights that come on, it'll wash out. That is completely faded and washed out right there. That's pretty bad. But I give him kudos, man. He did open up them blinds. Cause man, now see how much the image looks better? Because you're in the dark, that's why. Yeah. But I give him a like on that one. Because again, he was the only one that went in and actually opened up a window next to the projector, which was fantastic. But this is the only way this thing's gonna look somewhat decent. You're gonna have to be in a dark environment, and at that, your colors are still washed out and still faded. Same reaction. Look, this guy right here is having the same reaction on the projector right here. Let's go over here. Let's get this part right here. Right here. See that same discoloration at the bottom of the screen? Same thing in every demonstration. It's the same thing. That's only going to get better if he darkens the environment. Darken the environment. Now look at the colors. There you go. Doo, doo, doo. I told you, projectors are trash. These projectors are absolute trash. Let's go with our. We have it here on which one? No, it wouldn't be on this one. Would it be on this one? No, it might be on the demo reel. It literally would be on the demo reel. Let me see. I don't think we want anything past this model right here. Let me see for a minute. Oh, it is on the demo reel because I remember we extended the demo reel to more videos. That's what we did. Now this is an Optima GT55. This right here is our projector under $60. That's my setup at $60 at 120 inches. You see how it's pulling a 100% contrast black level because the technology is sitting on this black. This is what people see when they have those VAVA projectors. They see these demonstrations right here, and they want their screen to react the exact same way in a fully lit environment without the screen washing out or fading. Sad thing about it is we can't help them out because the technology we have won't support them. But the technology we have now will support it, but you won't get that heavy contrast level. But it's a heck of a lot better than paying the money for that screen at the end of the day. They see this, they want that black level. And my projector's not even sitting on top of the screen. Mine's actually a couple of feet from the screen. Optima GT 5500 1080 full 1080p projector. Now we do these demonstrations to show customers what they should be doing. You come off with a better screen with our NEC projector under $200 in our black technology than basically paying $2,700 for a VAVA projector and another $700 for a screen when you're stuck in dark environments, can't even produce proper contrast. At the end of the day, colors are washed out. No. Or if you want an upgrade, you just go get the Optima GT55. I think they're like $1,200 to $900 right now. I know we have a lot of demos. We do a lot of testing. This is an ultra short throw projector. This is a what do you call it? A Sony on a $68 projection screen. Side-by-side comparison demonstrations. Right next to an open window in a room that's actually bone white to generate more white light. That fellow went there and put 4 applications on a motorized projection screen. Same one I got here, same $68 projection screen. You put 4 applications, you know what I'm talking about, in the day. You can't even put that screen in that environment because it'll wash out and it will not pull 100% black levels. And even the black product you have can't see white light, so it wouldn't be to generate in that environment because it'd be too dark. We can do that on our, oh, I forgot, you can't do this anyway. Your product's not ultra short though compatible, ours is. I forgot about that one. Yeah, so keep in mind the other fellow who calls himself making a black product, it's not even ultra short though compatible, so you wouldn't be in this area anyway. It wouldn't work. But our product is ultra short though compatible. Now for the fellow who went out and spent the $2,700, that projector sitting on the floor, that Sony, that projector right there cost me $300. That was basically about it. And it has a 3,000:1 contrast because it's an older projector. That's on my Sony right there. I forgot what model number that thing was. I like it because the projector is black and the screen's all black. That's what I like about it. Let me show you how bright the levels come up on it. You're better off just going out. If you don't want to spend the money with our technology, we can go out and you can get one of these projectors right here. They're going to cost save you a ton of money. You're going to pick up over 1,000,000:1 contrast, or 2 million, 4 million, because the screen is physically black. On this projection screen, we're able to expand our screen size because we don't need the borders. This screen is completely borderless. See how we're showing Jamie's demonstration right here, sitting in the dark? Yeah, sitting in the dark on an ultra short throw projector with all these lights splashed around his environment. Your environment is so dark that the lights in the environment illuminate. On a $3,300, so you pay for the time, $3,300 projector, P2 in the dark. Compared to our demonstration right here that we're doing right now in a fully lit environment. That's another person who fakes his demonstration. Oh, matter of fact, not only fakes his demonstration, he fakes his environments big time. Big time misleads the customers on that. You've seen it already happen. You've seen that one customer with that 4K optimal projector try to open up his windows, and his screen washed clean out. Now, where would he have gotten the information from to even try that at the end of the day? Who would have told him to do that? Somebody told him something, or he wouldn't have attempted it on camera. So he must have been told that he could use that in a fully lit environment. Those of you saying that, oh, we can't make 4Ks look like 720p's, we got the demonstrations right here. Knock yourself out. All the demonstrations are posted. Here we go. This is one of my favorites. These are the ultra short throw selections. For those of you that fellow was talking about the VAVA projectors, guess what? $60 right here. $60. And this setup over here is the Optima GT 5600. Still cheaper than your projector. This projector is 1080p base, which that projector is, we all know that. And this projector right here is a 25,000:1 contrast ratio right here at 336. This was 3600 lumens, yeah. This is what your setup should be looking like. That's my projector when I paid for it. Right there. This is my setup compared to yours. Even if you had a P2 at the end of the day, you still would have to be in the dark without our technology. Show me one demonstration right now on YouTube that's doing the exact same demonstration right now as this. There's my Optima GT 5500 right down the floor. We don't have our condensed lighting, Danny, I'm going to mention this video. We don't have our condensed lighting up in the ceiling away from the screen. My condensed lighting actually physically hits my screen. My screen has a 5-inch white border to collect more light, and my screen size comes in at 126 inches. There is so much light bouncing off my screen, and in the environment that the floor looks like it's actually made of a shiny poly, but it's not. There's my Epson right there. And that's black technology. Let's see what TV looks like on this bad boy. Look, some movies. I can watch movies in a fully lit environment. This is what you call a TV setup for your projector. Now you see the condensed lighting here and here that's making contact with my screen all the time. Let's see what TV shows look like on black technology. Here we go. This is why you got to do your homework, people. At the end of the day, my customers save money. They save a lot of money when they deal with our technology. Those VAVA projectors, those other projectors, if you have one of those and you have the ability to take it back, take it back. And if you are stuck with it and you have to keep it and you're going to be stuck in a dark environment, you're going to have to worry about that nonsense today. Well, we have technology to fix that problem for you. And spending money for those screens at the end of the day. For the fellow who sat there on YouTube under my tag under Lost Sand God was running your mouth, yeah, that's a huge piece of humble pie you got to swallow, don't you? Do me a favor, make sure you got a large glass of milk. I wouldn't want you to choke in the process of actually getting through what's going through you right now. You based your whole channel off a projector that's a complete freaking lie, and at the end of the day got sued by Epson for faking their specifications on their lumen counts. And then if alone it sits there with a 3,000 to 1 contrast, which my projector over here at $37 has the same contrast, but is brighter than your projector. And even my projector sitting on the floor at $60 is brighter than your projector and has a higher contrast. And this projector can do 150 inch in a fully lit environment when your projector is supposed to do 150 inch and you can't do it. Yeah, that's a lot. That's money well spent. No, it's not. Oh, I missed this screen. This was a good screen. This was the levitating screen. Was this painted to the wall? Oh yeah, it was painted to the wall. It didn't even look like it does. I really thought it was a frame. This thing is actually painted to the wall. It's cartoons. We get asked about cartoons all the time. Yeah. Different house. Same projector in a different house. Fully lit environment, no problems whatsoever. Much bigger screen size. So you see me go in one house and have a bright image and then transfer to another house and have the same bright image without changing the environment. That's the important thing too about these projectors today. You have to change your environment. Jamie, I'm sorry I got to bring your name up in this one, but apartment to apartment, I don't have to change my environment. I went from a 150 inch screen to now a screen size of 159 inch 1610. I don't change my environments for my screens. My screens have to adapt in the environments that we put them in. This is before I had the screen in the windows over there. When you moved into that apartment, I guarantee it wasn't that dark when you walked in there. It was not that dark. You had to darken that environment to make so the screen could pull up. That's what you had to do. I don't change my environments. When I walked into this apartment, you think I ain't changed anything. Everything is still the same as the day I walked into this place. The only difference is I got a giant screen sitting on my wall. And you're sitting there with these Christmas trees. You did the same thing the other fellow did. The same thing. All this light outside, none of the windows open, the environment's dark, and you got lights in the environment to make it look like it's well lit. Gee whiz, kidding me? There's my angle gain, pulling right up with no problem. That's a Supreme 8. Yeah. That's the way the customer. I got every penny worth out of my machine at the end of the day. What did you get out of yours? You had to change your environment. to accommodate a projector. My gray screen don't work in fully lit environment. It's a jet black screen coming down. Watch this. I don't know where you guys got it in your head and why you tell customers at the end of the day that a gray screen will pull a contrast level. Where did you get this from? It can pull darker shades of gray. The darker the screen, the darker the shade of gray, but still even in the darker shade of gray, it still has to maintain a white level. It has to see white light. Now you're going to get a very dirty image. That's what's going to happen. It's going to come up muddy. Now, if a projector behind me is about, I think that's the that's the Chrissy LW400. That projector cost me $130. That screen cost me $68. If I had coated it gray and used that projector, I would have got that washed out poor image. That's what I would have picked up. But because our technology allows the screen to be able to read white light, as you can see right here, it's picking up nice bright white light. So it's picking up 100% contrast. I can turn that projector behind me into a high performance machine that cost me next to nothing. I paid $130 for it. Here you go. Without our technology, what happens? Yep. What it is, people. That's what it comes down to. Watch this right here. This is why when they have great products like this, they have to go out and spend the money for a very high contrast level, which is going to cost you money at the end of the day, and you still have to be stuck in a dark environment with little lights splashed around the environment to give off the environment like, look, it's a well-lit environment. No, it's not. So that projector sitting behind me has 2,000 to 1 contrast, but it really doesn't make a difference because that black technology is designed to put all that back into that projector. Look at that. Look at the advancement on the screen now compared with our technology. Now, as for the VAVA projectors, like I said, wish we had a black technology that would fix your problem, but the best we can do is the technology we have over here. It's the best we have right now. As soon as I'm able to obtain a sample sheet of VAVA, I would love to put them side by side to what we have over here, but I doubt we're going to be able to get our hands on that because I've tried and they don't have any, but I'm going to keep on trying to see what we can get because I really would like to see it side by side. Watch this right here. This is going to be quite impressive. Watch this. We did this for those of you who feel because you're in the dark that you're really not going to see any difference. Watch this. That's why when I was looking at Danny's screen that he was painted in, your screen was gray. That means you put 4 applications on a surface that can't even see contrast and can't even register color, which we saw in the demonstration already. There you go. Now, anybody buying that projector behind me would have did that on the gray screen and said, man, this projector's garbage, man. I'm gonna get myself a 4K and be like, yeah, you just spent all that money for nothing. With our technology, that projector would have done quite fine. Oh, there was light switches on the wall the entire time. A lot of people don't realize we painted over the light switches. They're actually part of the screen. Now this is lights out. For those of you saying, well, you know, I'm not going to see a difference. That's why you don't use light screens or any of those screens in dedicated theater rooms. We have tests on that with Mr. Mannequin. Now watch this. Look how the environment goes dark, because all that light's canceled out. If you notice, when we first started off right here in the dark, see that part right here? Just stare at that only. This is the backsplash that light transfers all around your screen. When you're in dedicated theater rooms and you have white and gray or silver screens in there, all that light is splashing. That's not supposed to have light. That area is supposed to be super jet black. Your image is supposed to push through. You see that disappear? It's not there anymore, is it? There you go. Black Diamond pointed that out in one of their demonstrations. They get credit for that because they're the ones who pointed it out. And the demonstration, they show the diamond screen coming down over the white screen. And you saw all the light from the white screen splashing all over the environment. And when the diamond screen came down, it canceled all that out. So for those of you sitting in dedicated theater rooms with white, silver, and gray screens, or somebody's telling you on YouTube that a gray screen paint works better in a dedicated theater room, well, they don't know because they don't own one. But again, as I said before, that no, it doesn't. It's the worst thing you want to use. You'll splash light all over the environment. Your image is going to wash out. You don't pick up color at the end of the day. And you can't see contrast. But as for the VAVA projectors, well, you have them. Well, the only thing I can say is that at least we have a screen paint where you don't have to go out and spend the money for the projection screens. That's a good thing about it. We can improve your color, we can improve the contrast, and you will have the ability to be able to operate in a fully lit environment. As for the black technology, we can't help you out there. Now, keep in mind, my screens can operate at 1,000 lumens at around 11 feet from the screen, where these projectors are even at 1,800 lumens or less than a foot and can't pick up in a fully lit environment. That shows you right there. At 11 feet at 1,000 lumens and all this light, we no longer have 1,000 lumens anymore. It is gone. The minute the projector takes off at 11 feet, it's got to travel 11 feet and hit that screen with less lumens because, again, there's a distance throw in there. If you're using ultra short throw and you're at 1,800 lumens, you're less than a foot. So your travel time is not even there anymore. The fact that you have to be in a dark environment with this projector, having a short distance throw, and you're not losing any lumens at all, clearly shows that that projector does not do what it's designed to do. This is how we know, when people say, how will you know that technology is going to pick up on my projector? Because we can do it at a distance though at 11 feet at 1,000 lumens. We have far less lumens by the time we hit the screen compared to you hitting the screen at less than a foot at 1,800. Even your lumen count's higher than mine. There you go. Yeah. All right, so before we go down that road, you know how it works, right? I can't talk it, I gotta back it up so it's set up. So we're gonna pop open the Old Faithful, our 1,000 lumen projector we use in our demonstrations. This is what we'll be using. I can get the fire stick to release. There we go. What I like about these projectors is they basically have that cut quick shut off right there. That's what I like about it. Now, if you're interested in the adapters, these are the adapters. There's only one company I deal with, but these are the adapters I like to use right here. Some of them don't even have that audio port, which is jacked up, because then you won't have any sound transferring through. And the signal is actually extremely good. I've had a couple of them in the past that didn't work out too well. Now I have particular ones used for those of you that may want to, these don't work, keep in mind, they don't work with the gaming setups, but we do have adapters that do work with gaming setups. I'll show you those also too. Actually, I got one in the next room set up on one of my other projectors, but they can run gaming systems through them. They'll pick up on that, but these won't. Set up over here real quick. Make sure I have wires or cables attached around me, because I've got wires and cables everywhere else here. Put your wires over here real quick. There we go. Let me turn it to the side. Now that right there is my 1,000 lumen projector right there. And we get customers that'll come and say, well, hey, look, you know, this is ultra short throw and it's 1,800 lumens. How do I know my projector's going to pick up? Well, I'm at 11 feet from my screen and I'm at 1,000 lumens. I'm way lower than you at the end of the day. And my projector is an 800 by 600 SVGA projector. This is Old Faithful. Old Faithful can pick up on your screen at this distance at 11 feet with no problem. Then your projector sitting at less than a foot will pick up with no problem whatsoever. And keep in mind, we're at 1,000 lumens only. Make sure, what are we turning for here? Can we stay here? I got this movie I got to watch here. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And I got to watch this movie tonight. All right, let me see what we need here. Set this up. Definitely a fire stick. And let's grab our portable speaker system here. We don't need you. Let's get that set up over here. Speakers. I got that downloaded onto my system. That National Lampoon, the last one they did, the guy from The Office. If you haven't seen that one, that joint is freaking hilarious. Oh my goodness. The incident where they press the wrong button and the car seats start turning around the opposite way as the truck driver's chasing them. I'm watching that again tonight. That'll have you crying. I don't know him. Oh my goodness, I'm watching that tonight. All right, let me see what we gotta hook up here. We need a power cord because these take interesting power cords. They don't take your everyday power cord. Power cords are a little different. Let me see what we need. We got here. We can get our hands on. Are we using the power cord, the sound probe or not? All right, we're gonna use this for right now. We're not using this one at all. I don't know. You ever saw the episode with the rat? Oh my God, I'm freaking out, you crying. I don't even know how in the world this guy walks up to the car and has a rat clearly climbing around the back of his neck with no problem, and he doesn't know what's up there. The guy says, hey, nice pet rat you got there. Oh man, my stomach hurting. All right, let's fire up Old Faithful. Keep in mind, Old Faithful only does 4.3 because she's an older projector, that's why, much older. Where's my measurement? bring ourselves up a little bit. Here we go. Our measuring tape. Probably about there's the screen right there, measuring tape. So we're about 10 feet. So you have to make sure that it's hitting right from the front to there. Some people pull it behind. You can't do it behind because your light source doesn't start here, it starts here. So we're about 10 feet and some change. My screen up as close as possible. Now that's the zoom right there, just to show you that I'm not cheating you, because we've seen people do this. They cheat in demonstrations where they have the zoom pushed all the way down. There's my zoom right here. See? My finger there. That's the zoom right there, all the way up. The reason why I show you this is because I've seen demonstrations of people cheating with the zoom. They'll push it all the way down, bring the projector back and say, look how sharp the image is coming up, and they'll cheat on that. I've seen Partey do that on a demonstration outside. He clearly had the screen sitting back all the way back 12 feet, and the screen was able to fit inside of a screen size that was 2 feet by 3 feet. That should have been a 100-inch screen easily at 12 feet. I've seen Jamie do the same thing too on an Epson 955 WH, where he basically pulled the projector back, and that image was able to fit comfortably inside of a 100-inch screen with room to spare. That should have easily been a 120-inch screen at 15 to 16. So that's why we show you that. Now, if I can pick up in this environment on a 720p 600 by 800 SVGA projector at 1,000 lumens at 10 feet and some change from the screen, you can pick up on that technology, on that projector at 1,800 lumens. I think they come in now at less than a foot. Grab me something here. Where is the remote control for this unit? Hopefully we got the right one here. 8K, 8K Earth. I'm a little blurry too on top of that. Fix my focus a little bit here. Cats. I like to do the cats. My cat looking at they're a Maine Coon.
Nobody can tell you how to treat yourself. But these?
And there you go. Now notice, for the fellow on YouTube, that I'm in an environment way brighter than yours, as you can see. And I'm on a 1,000 lumen projector at 10 feet and some change away from the screen. My projector is 720p 600 by 800 res SVGA. And it's literally so old that this projector only does 4.3, which means it's probably manufactured in time of 1999. A contrast level is under 100 to 1 contrast. And you're sitting up there with the projector less than a foot, and your environment, your screens are washed out, the image is washed out, and we both have the same contrast. My projector is also 3,000 to 1 contrast, but my lumen count is 28 and yours is 18. And for those of you who have those projectors and you want to be able to use your projector in a fully lit environment, you don't have to be stuck in the dark and worry about your colors washing out or fading, and you can pick up a decent shade of contrast. This is why this technology is fantastic for you. Because like I said, I got customers the one fellow that changed my mind was we weren't thinking about bringing this out at all, period. It was if you couldn't work with the black technology, and so be it. But when I talked to this fellow, he was stuck. He was stuck in a situation where he didn't want to spend the $600 or $700 for the VAVA screen, and definitely not $1,000 for 120 inch, to be stuck in a dark environment. All the demonstrations we watched on that projector, the screen was absolutely extremely poor. So they don't want to spend the money. They already spent the money for a machine already. It's not doing what it's supposed to do, and I got to turn around and spend additional more dollars now for a projection screen that's pretty much going to put you in the same situation you're already in. Yeah. So at least at the end of the day, you get something out of your investment instead of getting cheated. And for those of you who want to stand behind that projector, well, Epson didn't stand behind that one bit when they called bull on that nonsense of 6,000 lumens on that projector. Good job, Epson. Fantastic job. I wish more companies would step up that develop good projectors at the end of the day to these fake knockoff machines. And that way the customer can know exactly what they're getting at the end of the day, because they sat up there and they lied. Think about the projector customers at the end of the day who bought that projector when it first came out, thinking it was 6,000 lumens. Think about them people at the end of the day. And then to find out they got sued by Epson because their projectors weren't $600. Weren't 6,000 lumens. Think about that. What about those people at the end of the day? Check the lights out for those who want to see the lights out. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I was able to help some of you out at the end of the day if you're out there shopping and looking for projectors. And as you can see, when it comes to our screen paint products, our projectors are designed to do what they're designed to do. As we engineer them to do. Ambient light projection technology, even at 1,000 lumens on a gray screen, we can pull off. I'll show you what's going on in the next room over there while this is firing off. I'm over here doing my floor right now. I'm going to be getting more mats for the floor. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed. I gotta go out and get finished working on my floor and watch some movies. Gotta go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.